Can't Harley just get a break? She needs a break. Time for a vacation. Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read it dramatically back to you. All alterations of the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. On a bright day in the Utah desert, Harley, Ivy, and Selena Kyle all find themselves lying on an overturned trailer getting some sun. The good thing is that they happen to be in one of the best places to go stargazing. The bad thing is that there's no cell service here to call a tow truck. But the story for the girls didn't start here. Just as Harley explains, it's best to start from the beginning. One day at work, Harley received a call from her mother with some bad news. Her Uncle Louie passed away. Harley was close to her uncle, but it's been a little over 3 years since the last time that she saw him. Later that day, Harley sits on top of her building feeling bad when Tony comes to check on her. Harley tells him that she needs to go for a little bit. She needs to fly over to Los Angeles to pick up her uncle's ashes and then bring them back here to bury them with their aunt in Long Island. That, and he left Harley a gift, an Airstream trailer. So Harley figured it'd be a nice break to get away for a while. Tony tells her that that's all good and well, but a trip like that alone, and Harley says, oh, she's already thought that out. She's planning to make it an all-girls road trip. Harley calls up Ivy, who is totally free for the trip, and Selena would love to go, but she just needs to stop by a friend's place once they get there. So after a few days and a non-stop flight later, the three girls all meet up in the airport in LA. Selena tells them that she booked a room at the branded hotel downtown, the one with the rooftop bar. They should probably head over there and relax before they head out. So a little while later, while Harley and Ivy are having a good time at the bar, Selena decides that it's time to go see her friend Darkwolf. Darkwolf happened to come across a $4 million necklace that she's dying to have. Selena tells him that that necklace would look much better on her. And he tells her, no barking way! Except that doesn't stop Selena from taking it away from him anyway. She is Catwoman. And she does have something for him in return. A piece of Wagyu Kobe ribeye. The most expensive cut of meat that there is! Selena tells him that he can have it. All he has to do is touch it, and she turns and throws it out the window. However, that doesn't stop Darkwolf as he jumps out after it and he ends up crashing on the ground below. Back at the hotel, Harley and Ivy enjoy their time dancing when a man comes up to them and begins to hit on them. Ivy tells him to take a hike, and Harley tells him that he should go pump some iron in traffic. The man tells them that he's a professional fighter. Maybe they've seen him. And Ivy tells him that he should probably listen to Harley. So the man turns and grabs Ivy and asks, oh, what? Before anyone can do anything else, Selena appears and knocks the guy across the face, telling him, or this. Ivy says she totally could have handled that, but Selena says if you want to wake him up, you guys can go at it again if you'd like. Harley jumps in with, nah. Besides, it's getting a little too hot up here. So it's Selena's suggestion that they all go cool off, and she pushes her into the pool. Harley whines, asking the girls to help her out, and then she pulls them both into the pool with her, screaming, pool party, which causes everyone else to jump into the pool with their clothes on too. The next morning, the girls are getting ready to leave, but Harley is still feeling the effects of a hangover. Selena tells her not to worry though, she knows just the thing to cure that hangover. Food! So after getting something to eat, the girls all head over to Louie's neighbor Sheila to pick up the ashes in the trailer, and they set off to go back home. A few hours into their drive though, Harley tells Ivy that they should stop by Las Vegas. And while at first they're kind of against it, they can do it for only a few hours. 2 days later, Harley leans back out of the trailer and tells Ivy, all right, she's done, pull over to the next gas station. Once they stop, Harley thanks all of the wonderful people for such a great party, but they all really need to get to sleep now. So basically, Harley did a detour to Las Vegas for 2 whole days. And the next morning, as they're recovering from that party, the big question is, why are they all sleeping in the same bed? The girls all head back out with Selena driving the trailer. But before long, a driver appears behind them speeding, and that person is Darkwolf coming back for his necklace. Darkwolf begins ramming the back of the trailer and swerving, causing the trailer's hitch to snap, sending both the car and the trailer crashing into a ditch. He then starts to laugh at how awesome that was. He feels like the Mad Maxi guy from those movies. And then he realizes that he wasn't watching the road and he ends up crashing into a cactus. Harley kicks open the trailer door, stating that it was fun at first, but this is no longer fun. Then she goes to check on Darkwolf and ask if he's okay and what's with his costume, because it's actually nice, but why do that? He tells her, my beef was with Catwoman, you silly screech monkey. And Harley tells him that his beef was with her now and begins to pick out the pieces of the cactus and proceeds to beat Darkwolf with her new cactus gloves. After that is done, it brings everyone back to the beginning with the girls stranded when they were sunbathing. That's where we started the story. After a few hours in the sun though, Selena begins to finally hear someone coming, and Harley jumps in the road and flags down a man in his truck asking if he can help. Of course, he tells her yes, they can hop in the back of the truck if they want, and they also have water, as long as they avoid any of the bottles that are marked. The girls all jump in the back of the truck and they begin to drive off, and Harley decides that they're all gonna have a drink from the bottles that are marked. Harley and Ivy begin to drink the marked bottles, and Selena smells it and says on second thought, but it's too late for the other two. Harley begins to hallucinate and sees herself being eaten by Ivy and ends up falling in a dinner party. When she lands, she asks what's for dinner, but then she looks at her arms and they're turning into chicken legs. She sees where this is going. Well, hope they all enjoy. Over in Ivy's hallucination, she finds herself taking care of a Harley Quinn cat and spreading her vines throughout Gotham. Harley Cat asks if the Bat would be upset, but then the Batman shows up and tells her that he actually likes this. Ivy then asks if he really likes what she's done, and he tells her no, he likes the Harley Cat who's licking herself, and then he begins to kiss her. The kiss is short-lived though when Selena tells them both that that's enough! Batman is her chemical romance. So while Harley Cat and Selena begin to have their cat fight, Batman asks if Ivy would like to get a frappuccino and if she wants to get out of here. Harley and Ivy begin to wake up and wonder where they are, and Selena tells them that they've been out for 2 days, so she went ahead, got the car and the trailer fixed. Harley's response though is, I don't feel like I've slept for 2 days. Why do I always feel so tired? And Selena tells her that she didn't say anything about sleeping. She will say that Ivy and Harley did leave quite an impression on the Indian reservation though. The girls continue with their road trip, stopping by the largest ball of yarn, climbing lightning rods during a lightning storm, and even picking up a hitchhiking Bizarro and daring him to fly naked in front of Ivy while she's driving. But after a long drive, they finally made it back home and to the place where Harley is to drop off her uncle's ashes. Once she hands over the ashes to the caretaker, she asks if it's possible to go see her aunt before she leaves. He tells her of course. It's over in section 11, right under the dead pine tree. It got struck by lightning and they haven't replaced his sense. Ivy and Selena leave Harley to pay her respects. Harley begins to tell her aunt that she brought back Uncle Louie for her. She'll miss them both, especially the good times. Like the time that her aunt knocked over that one ugly woman who was fighting everyone over a sale dress and her Uncle Louie was laughing the whole time. After a while, Ivy asks Harley if she's gonna be okay, and she tells her she's just saying her goodbyes. But it's sad that they picked this spot because of that ruined tree. Look at it. So Ivy tells her to step back. She has a formula, and she drops a few drops onto the tree, and the tree begins to spring back to life. Ivy says that she only had the formula for an oak, not a pine. Hopefully that's okay. And Harley hugs her and tells her that it's amazing. Her aunt and uncle would love it. Back at Harley's apartment building, all of Harley's tenants throw a barbecue on the rooftop to welcome everyone back from their road trip. And while Harley is a little bummed that Ivy and Selena are leaving in the morning, they all have one big huge sleepover before they leave with games and stuff. And Ivy asks if they're going to play Toss the Beaver again. And Harley tells her why not. She seemed to really enjoy it. Plus, Bernie likes being tossed around. She should know, he tells her. Ivy asks if this is how they're going to end this, with a bunch of innuendos. Tony tells everyone, how about just a toast then? Harley says, of course, this toast goes out to her Uncle Louie. May he live in all of their hearts. And that's the conclusion to Harley Quinn's road trip with Selena Kyle and Poison Ivy. Next, we're going to be moving into another crazy Harley Quinn adventure, but if you want the more serious Harley Quinn, check out the Suicide Squad books because that's where she's really serious and kind of demented. This is more of a fun story about Harley Quinn, and it's one of my favorite comic books out right now. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Comicstorian and Instagram at Comicstorian, and I'll see you guys next time right here.